What's up, I'm J-Ball, and today I'm going to teach you how to nose pivot 180 your fixed gear bicycle. The nose pivot, also known as the nose 180, is one of my personal favorite ways to get into fakie. It switches it up from just doing 180s, and also if you do it right, it feels like and looks like you're floating, which is really cool. Now, before I even get into teaching you this trick, I want to warn you that your back wheel is going to hate you when you're learning this. Before you have any kind of finesse, it's really easy to just swing it around really hard and just slam it sideways. So I recommend having a strong, well-built back wheel, 32C tire minimum, maybe do it into grass even. I know that I have a 28C tire here, but do as I say, not what I do. Having taller bars will also help you do this trick better. You can use that leverage to push down harder on the bars, and it'll keep that back wheel up a little better and soften your landing. But once again, I have small bars. It's not impossible without tall bars. It'll just help you out. The last thing that'll help you do this trick is being strapped in. I know it's scary to commit to sometimes, but it'll help you out a lot. First, you need to figure out what your dominant foot is and which way you want to spin. Typically, if you're right foot forward, you want to spin to the left, and if you're left foot forward, you want to spin to the right. That's not always the case though. You can be fuck-footed like me, where you have your left foot forward and you spin to your left, but I'd recommend learning properly. It'll just help with all your tricks as a whole later down the line. Regardless of which foot you want forward and which way you want to spin, just figure out which one you want to do first. Now for me, I use left foot forward and I spin to my left, so I'll be referencing that the whole time. In the 180 tutorial I posted, I really emphasized carving a lot. It's a little more important for a normal 180 than it is for a nose pivot 180. It'll still help you out a little bit though. You're gonna wanna start your carve when your feet are about to hit parallel position. For me, that's when my left foot is forward, like that. And then once you carve and your feet hit that parallel position, you swing your hips out aggressively, turn your head aggressively, both at the same time, and then you're gonna wanna put your weight up towards your front wheel while also pushing down on your handlebars. This will get your back wheel in the air. The harder you swing this around, the more of a 180 you'll do. And then to soften that landing, the key is in your handlebars. The more pressure you put forward on your handlebars, the higher that back wheel gets in the air and the softer that landing is gonna be. It almost sounds counterintuitive because you think like, oh, the back wheel is really high, it'll slam down higher. But the worst case is actually when your back wheel is barely off the ground, and then when it hits the ground, it just hits at such an angle that all your spokes wanna cry and die. So in summary, quick carve, swing your hips and neck, push forward on your bars, and try to get your upper body over the front wheel as much as possible. Once you get comfortable there, you can start really playing with the amount of pressure you put on your front, and that's where you can start to turn it into a G-turn, where you roll backwards on your front wheel. If you add a little hop at the end of your nose 180, then it becomes a nollie 180, and you can take that off stair sets and off drops and stuff, or out of banks. It's really helpful. That's it, quick and dirty. Not a super hard trick to learn, it just takes a lot of commitment. Let me know what you want to learn next. Please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.